Hey everyone! So it has been a minute since we've done a home vlog, and I will be honest with you, I feel like we haven't been doing anything like super interesting lately, and so there was just nothing to vlog. And what's funny is today I don't think I could be doing anything less interesting, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna vlog it. Are you ready for this? I'm deep cleaning the oven! Fascinating. But there is a story here, and I'm gonna share it with you. Right now, just to give you some context, I am at home. Caleb is upstairs. He's playing in his room. He's playing the Switch. Steve is actually at brunch right now. He is at one of our favorite restaurants up in Scottsdale. He's at Maple and Ash. He's got a bunch of his whiskey friends in town, so they've had this plan for a long time. But while Steve is brunching it up, I am cleaning the oven because you are not gonna believe what Steve did. Okay, I'm trying this new camera angle because I don't want to hold the camera the whole time. It gets really heavy. So one thing that we will do occasionally is that we will do a nice dinner. Like we'll get takeout at one of our favorite spots, and like a Mastro Steakhouse or something like that. And what we'll do is when we get it home, we put it in my tiny little oven that I have on the counter, and I put it low and slow. I put it on the warm mode, and I think it gets to maybe like if we have steaks in there, I don't want it any higher than 150. But yeah, really, really low, just low heat to keep the food warm. Well, we decided one night to do takeout from one of our favorite places, Maple and Ash, which that's actually where Steve is at right now having brunch. Steve brought it home, and we weren't quite ready to eat it yet. We wanted to wait for little man to go to bed. So Steve, instead of using my little oven where it has the warming feature, he decided to fire up the big Viking range, and he thought he had it low enough. You already know where this is going. But yeah, he put all the food in there, and our oven completely melted all the plastic to-go containers that the food came in. And here's what's really funny. He wanted to avoid a bad night, so he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me that that happened. So how the kitchen didn't like smell or have like smoke, I don't know. But he managed to save the food. I was probably upstairs putting Caleb to bed and doing the whole nighttime ritual while he was like, you know, trying to save the night down here. But he didn't tell me. And then he forgot about it. And so like 3 nights later, I wanted to start making dinner. So I preheated the oven. And all of a sudden, the whole kitchen just filled with smoke. And it stunk so bad. Like I said, I don't understand how that didn't happen the first night when like the actual containers were in there. But there was enough plastic, melted plastic, residual stuff at the bottom of the oven that, like I said, the place filled with smoke. It smelled so bad. I immediately knew what happened. I was like, I'll bet the to-go containers melted the other night. And he's like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you. And I'm like, well, great, because if you had told me, I would have cleaned it out the next day, but now the plastic is twice baked onto our oven, and it has proven to be very difficult to clean up. Right now, I've never had an oven that has a self-cleaning mode. I had to look up what that was all about. It sounds a little too good to be true. Apparently, the door lock, you set it, and the door locks, and it gets ripping hot, where it just like burns everything to ash, and then you just sweep it out. Like I said, it sounds a little too good to be true, but at this point I have nothing to lose, and I need to get my oven cleaned before Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm doing today. It says that the self-cleaning feature takes 3 hours. We are about 30 minutes in, so I got plenty of time. I'm gonna move back to this position. This was actually way more comfortable. After we have some lunch here in a bit, I think Caleb and I, he doesn't know this yet, but I think we're gonna make a pumpkin pie, and we'd be able to use my little countertop oven for that, so we're good on that respect. Okay, as you can see, here's little man playing Nintendo.
No, it's just my video. This looks like, wait. This looks like it's flying really fast.
Oh yeah?
And it flies, and that guy goes like this, and goes like this, goes like this.
Whoa. Do you want some lunch?
No.
Okay.
Make pumpkin pie.
Okay, I'm gonna make some pumpkin pie. Do you wanna help me make it?
No. Yeah.
Okay. I mentioned this in the live we did, but Caleb has been doing so well at school. His teacher texts me and she's like, he had a great day, he did all of his work, and then he has like a little bit of homework when he comes home, and he's now at the point where he's like, let's just get it done. And because he plays the Nintendo Switch, and I always tell him, I was like, you can play Nintendo Switch, but we gotta do your homework first. So he'll actually like get in the car and he'll be like, Dad, let's go home, let's get the homework done, and then we'll have a snack. I know it sounds fake. Don't you hate when people like fake, they're like, that never happened. And this really did happen. But I know that like screen time is not like the best for a little kid, but I feel like it's like he's doing so well in school, and I have confirmation from his teacher, and he comes home and he does his homework without complaining or anything. I really don't have a reason to say no. I don't know. Maybe, I guess it'd be nice if he played outside a little bit more, but it's like he's doing so well. I feel like whatever, I go for it. Have a great time. And I will be honest, maybe this is just a selfish part of me. It's also kind of nice to just have the house, like, it's like really quiet down here, and I know he's fine upstairs, so yeah. Okay, jumping ahead. Whoa, I am floored. I can't believe how good this looks from self-cleaning. Wow. I haven't fully completely like wiped it out yet. I just wiped off the bottom, but already, holy moly. And it is now the next day, and look who we have now.
Yeah, had a good couple days with some friends that came into town. I think Mike talked about them, so.
Yeah.
But we're getting fully ready for Thanksgiving now. So we're building the menu and shopping lists and everything. I technically have the week off, but I do have a couple things I have to do for work, but I'm here to support Mike.
So yeah, we have jumped ahead to Sunday. I never did make that pumpkin pie I was talking about, but I think I'm gonna make it today. It's just kind of a lazy day for us. I've been planning the Thanksgiving menu, getting my shopping list together. Caleb's playing video games. Yeah, so. But I think right now, I'm gonna make my pumpkin pie. So in case you were wondering, the very best pumpkin pie recipe that I think exists out there comes from Williams-Sonoma. And I found it in this little booklet, like it was like it's very much like a catalog, but it's also online. So I'm gonna go ahead and link it down below. This is the recipe I'm gonna make today. It's just for their traditional pumpkin pie. It is so good. Pumpkin pie is absolutely one of my favorite desserts, and it took me a long time to find a good recipe. When I first started, I think I did a Martha Stewart recipe. I found it to be very bland, and then I experimented by using like evaporated milk, condensed milk, all those different styles that you can make it. This is the best one. It's very easy to make, and I also like a really spicy pumpkin pie. So this one's got cinnamon, it's got ground cloves, ground ginger. There's one more, I think it's nutmeg. So when it's got all those little different spices in there, home run. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is get my pie crust ready, and I'm gonna use this fluted, this is like a deep dish pie plate. This is the one I usually use for Thanksgiving to make a pecan pie. But I just use this Pillsbury pie crust. I think it tastes just fine. I've made my own homemade pie crust before, and I'm not very good at it, so this tastes great. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, I've got the pie crust pressed into my pie plate, and it actually looks pretty good. It's not perfect. I think there was a time in my life where if it wasn't perfect, I would have thrown a fit, but I've learned to kind of just accept things. It's gonna be delicious. I've got a little blemish here, but I think that'll be okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to cover this with some parchment paper. It's not gonna be pretty, it's not gonna be perfect. And then I'm gonna fill it with these pie weights. These are just little ceramic balls that kind of give it some weight so that when you bake this, you don't get all those weird air bubbles, or at least, you know, it keeps it at bay, you know? So you'll see what it looks like in a second. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. So I just took some parchment paper and I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm just gonna pour these guys right in. And here it is. It actually looks pretty decent. As you can see, I did trim off the tops because I'm gonna put this in my little oven, so I don't want the excess, like the parchment paper that would have been up here, burning. So we're gonna go ahead and put this into my oven at 450 degrees. And per the Pillsbury instructions, it says to bake this for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I'm doing this one-handed because Steve went to the store to go get us lunch. And so I'm just gonna let it cool here for a bit. The pie weights are gonna be, like I said, they are ceramic. They're little ceramic pellets, so they're very, very hot. So I'm gonna let this cool for a few minutes, and then we'll start making our pie filling. Ignore this enormous Pizza Hut box we got here. This was... Yeah, so last night was Saturday night, and Steve was out with his friends, and so Caleb and I were just home alone playing Legend of Zelda last night on the Nintendo Switch, and I was like, he's 5 years old. This totally reminds me of me as a kid. I was like, we're playing Zelda, let's order some Pizza Hut. And one of the deals was this enormous box. I got way too much food, but it had wings and pizza and breadsticks, and we had a blast. But now that the pie crust is out of the oven, let's go ahead and reduce the heat from 450 And let's put that down to 375. And we can go ahead now and start making our pie filling. Caleb got wind that I am making the pie, so he wants to help. He's been playing video games all day. Whoa, look at those strong muscles. Good job.
I want the taste of this sugar on here.
It's good, huh? So this is light brown sugar or golden brown sugar, and you want let's not put our fingers in it.
Oh, good.
Okay. Let's go ahead and you can put it in the bowl. This is 1 1.25 cups, and of course, as you know, with brown sugar, you got to pack it in. So it's going to be hard to get out, bud. Let me know if you need help.
You hold this.
Yes, I will. There it goes. Awesome. Now you just gotta do this one. The next ingredient is a tablespoon of cornstarch, and be careful, this stuff gets everywhere.
I gotta do this.
Oh, good. Thank you for being careful. Awesome job.
Someone suck.
Oh, give it a little tap. Now we're gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and put that in. And now comes the fun part. This is where all the holiday seasoning comes in. In here, we've got 1.5 teaspoons ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon freshly grated nutmeg, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. Caleb's gonna put it in for us. This is where all that spice comes into play. I love a spicy pumpkin pie.
I know, I want different ones.
Okay.
I like different ones with cream.
Oh yeah, we'll have whipped cream for this for sure. Now with all of our dry ingredients, we went ahead and attached it to the mixer, and we put on the whisk attachment, and little man is gonna start it for us. We're gonna start it super, super slow, right? Okay, low and slow. Awesome. Oh, I bet it smells so good, huh?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna give a quick little whisk to our dry ingredients, and then we're gonna start adding our pumpkin, the heavy cream, all that good stuff. Now we're gonna want 2 cups of pumpkin puree, and I'm using this one. It's Libby's. I found it at Target. I don't roast my own pumpkin or anything like that. I just use the canned stuff. I think it works just as good. But we're gonna want 2 cups of this, or 19 ounces, I think the recipe says. Yeah, so you're not gonna use a full 2 cans, but yeah, make sure you got 2 cans on hand if you wanna do this recipe. So to this, we're gonna add our 2 cups or 19 ounces of pumpkin puree, and also make sure you're using 100% pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling. So we got our pumpkin here, and then we've got 3 eggs lightly beaten. And once we got our pumpkin and egg in there, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of heavy cream and 1/3 cup of whole milk.
What?
Beautiful.
And you do that with heavy cream with milk. Look at it.
I know. That's what it should look like.
Why turn it to orange?
And now we're going to put it on our stand mixer, again with the whisk attachment, and you want to do it really low and slow. You don't want to go too high, because otherwise you're going to incorporate too much air and you're going to get all those bubbles. There you go. Oh, they're so strong. Oh, don't drop it again. There you go. Rotate. Here, I'll help. There we go. Okay, now put it on the low setting. Super low. There it goes. Real quick, just to show you my pie crust, I went ahead, and this was nice and cooled, so I went ahead and removed the pie weights and the parchment. So this is what we're looking at. And so now we're just gonna put our pie filling into this and bake it. So after whisking, this looks great. We did stop midway to kind of scrape the sides down, but this looks awesome. Like I said, do it low and slow, because then you'll get this nice velvety consistency. I'm gonna go ahead, again, I'm doing this one-handed. I'm gonna carefully pour this into my prepared pie crust. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you another pointer. You might wanna be careful when you pour, I got a lot of, I'm gonna mix this back up. Hold on. Looks like a lot of our seasonings are down at the bottom. And look at that. Now, I was gonna say, you don't wanna overfill it. So if you have a little bit left over, it's not a big deal. But then I realized a lot of our seasonings didn't get incorporated. So I went back and kind of redid it. So now, it's a little overfilled because I wanted to make sure we got all the seasonings. I got to have my spicy pumpkin pie, right? Also, real quick, I can pretty much bet money I will always burn my pie crust. So the recipe tells you like, oh, midway through, if the edges are starting to brown too much, put a little aluminum foil. I have this little silicone thing that I'll show you in a second. I put it on before it even goes into the oven because like I said, I can bet money my pie crust will burn. This is it. And as you can see, it's actually perfectly made for this pie dish or pie plate. So, and this is very hard to do one-handed. I had to cut the camera because I was making a mess. You do need two hands to apply this, but as you can see, it fits the pie plate perfectly. It's going to protect my crust, and it actually like kind of raises, so it's not like touching the pie filling. It's perfect. Okay, so we now have our pie in the oven. Again, just to recap, it's at 375 degrees, and we're gonna bake this from anywhere from 60 to 65 minutes. Okay, Steve is back. Steve went to the store to go get us lunch.
I did. And apparently everybody else had the same exact idea. So did you talk about this at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so it's just a local grocery store we actually go to, and they make, from scratch sandwiches. They're so good.
They are.
So I went there, and there were 10 people in front of me. So it took a bit, but I'm back. Apparently, Caleb helped out with the pumpkin pie.
Yes, we made a pumpkin pie.
Very cool. I'm excited about that. So it's shaping up to be our nice, relaxing Sunday that we always thought we were going to have.
I should have filmed this before I started eating, but this is my sandwich. It's a roast beef sandwich on rye with lettuce, tomato, and Swiss. It is so good. And this is Steve's. He got a chicken salad sandwich on multigrain. I took a bite of it. It's really good too. I like mine better, but these sandwiches are awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys, the house smells so good from this pumpkin pie. And over here, Steve, as he mentioned, he does have the week off, so he is going to be doing his Lego Home Alone house.
I got panicked at first because I thought this was going to be 21,000 pieces. No, that's just a series number. So it's just under 4,000, so... this will be fun, I think. So here's hoping. Caleb does not retain any interest in Legos yet. He does for first bag and then he's out. So Caleb's in there playing video games. I'm gonna do this for a bit and then
he's gonna want to play it when it's all done.
He's gonna want to break it.
Yeah,
he's gonna want to do.
But here's all the bags. If anybody was wondering what this looks like. Oh, there's more up here.
Yeah, it's a thing. So there's a total of 24 unique bags. So,
okay.
My goal is to do half of it today. We'll see.
Now, if you saw our lives, we actually did show what all this entails, but
I just opened up the manual. This is the most expansive manual I've ever seen for...
Looks like a phone book.
Oh my goodness. But I do love that it's called the battle plan on front.
Oh, it's hard to read. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
There it goes. That's cool.
Look at the character, the mom and Kevin.
Yeah. So we did show this on the live, but we haven't shown it on a vlog. But it's the Home Alone house, and it's cool because you even get the little van from Merv and Harry.
Yeah.
And then I didn't notice it comes with the neighbor guy with his trash can.
And then also,
that's cool.
If you look in the details, this is going to be so detailed. There's a tarantula on the wall, where they hit, Marv hits what's his face with a crowbar, but everything is so detailed in here. Yeah, Michael Jordan there that's going around on a train.
And you got the mom character as well, which is really cute.
Yeah. Oh, look, there it is. Yeah, the spider scene right there.
Yeah.
The doggy door part. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. This
is awesome. I'm surprised though you said you're going to do half today. Don't you want to kind of let this it's only Sunday. You have the whole week off.
Yeah, true. But I'm cognizant that before we throw a party, I always do something that destroys the whole house the day before.
True. Yes, you do.
I want to make sure that you're not stressed out. That you have all these little tiny Lego pieces everywhere when you're trying to set up for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I'm doing this for you. So as Mike has showed, we are building the Home Alone Lego set, and so far we've got this much done, and this is on bag 6 of 24. So there's quite a bit more to do. Well, we've already built the cool little van. It's looking really cute. I love it a lot. This is a fun little project.
So the last time we went live, a lot of you guys were asking me what I was going to make for Thanksgiving, and I hadn't finalized my menu yet, but I think I have it now. I'm going to go ahead with this. You guys all know I always talk about this cookbook. This recipe, it's literally called Perfect Roast Turkey. And let me tell you, it is absolutely perfect. It is so good. But what I like about it is that you cover the turkey with butter and then you drape a cheesecloth over it that's been soaked in butter and white wine. It is so delicious. And so then with that, there's also a recipe for the perfect gravy, and it's like a giblet stock gravy. It is amazing. So I'm going to be doing that. And then I like to look at my little Williams-Sonoma catalog thing, and they have this. This is a caramelized onion and apple tarts with Gruyere. So delicious. So I think Steve is going to be making those. He's made those before. Those are going to be kind of like our little appetizers to get the evening started. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. But as of right now, I'm going to be doing the turkey, the gravy, some kasha stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry compote. Oh, this is a new recipe I found. This was a new cranberry recipe I found. It's a cranberry compote with Riesling and pears. It sounds really, really good. A little different. And then I'm going to be doing a pumpkin pie and a pecan pie. So, but yeah, we were supposed to go do our shopping today, but it just never happened. We were like our lazy Sunday turned a little too lazy. So, but I'll probably go tomorrow. But speaking of the pumpkin pie, I think it's ready and it's chilled. And I think we might do dessert before dinner tonight. All right, so here it is, the pumpkin pie, fresh. It's been refrigerating for a little bit.
Yeah, it smells
I think it
really
looks good.
It smells good.
Yeah.
So I think it looks like the perfect quintessential pumpkin pie. So
right.
I'm excited.
I do have a little bit of a crack right there, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I didn't tell him this, but I was thinking maybe we could do dessert before dinner tonight.
Oh, okay.
Because he did have a good breakfast and he had a good lunch, so.
I mean, I think he likes pumpkin pie, right?
Yes, that's why we made it.
Okay.
He loves it. Oh, it cuts very nicely. I'm just gonna do a little piece for him. Okay.
It's always the first slice. It's always a mess.
Although this is coming up okay.
Oh, look at that.
Not too bad.
Looks beautiful.
But you know what sucks? I ran out of my whipped cream chargers, so
the
I can't make any
CO2 chargers.
Yeah. I would like get the mixer out, but everything's in the dishwasher right now, so I think we'll be okay.
I think we'll be good.
Okay, let's let him try some of this.
Okay.
How is it?
Well.
Good.
Awesome.
Does he get the thumbs up?
Did you do a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like the. I don't want to eat crust because I'm putting crust outside.
Oh, you don't like the crust?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I tried to cut harder.
All right. Take another bite. There you go. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one. You're so serious. All right, I think he likes it.
All right, and I think that's going to do it for us today.
Yeah, we had a really good lazy Sunday.
We did.
So we are really in the Thanksgiving mood and spirit. So
yes, especially because I just took a bite of that pumpkin pie. It's delicious.
I had a small bite too. It's very delicious.
But I'm going to go ahead and post a link to that recipe because I think it's on their website, so you can try it at home if you want. It's really, really good. Well, we hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.